guys, how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark, and here on YouTube I like to make reseller content. I'll do sold videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff, and I do post twice a week at least. This will actually be a third video I post this week. So yeah, if you guys like content like that, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. Today's video, I'm going to be doing another review of a recent ThredUP box that I received. I know you guys love these videos, and I'm just trying to be better about keeping up with them and posting them. So I'm going to be going over my most recent bulk box that I got from ThredUP. It was 50 pounds, and I will try to remember to link the video up above or down below. Hopefully it's going to be in one of those places. This box cost $140, free shipping and no sales tax because I live in Oregon. And originally when I unboxed it, I received about 100 items. From that 100 items, I originally decided to keep 60, and then once I went to like photograph them, I noticed more flaws. So I ended up, I think, just listing about 54 items from that box. Made everything about like $2.50, a little less than $3. I will say, and if you watched the video, you might remember that it was just like an okay box. This is the second bulk box I received, and the first one wasn't super amazing, but I did make my money back, and I did get several good pieces from the 100 pounds that I got. I think I got like 5 really good pieces, which is better than getting none. I will say that. But this is the 50-pound bulk box, and it wasn't as good as the 100-pound, but it wasn't like super terrible or anything. It was very average and just very like not exciting. And that's what I love, rescue boxes and mystery boxes, because you know they can be really exciting. You get brands you've never heard of. Yeah, when I unboxed it, I wasn't super excited. It seemed like a lot of you guys agreed with me that it was just okay. But today we're going to see if I was able to make my $140 back. So I did receive this box on September 27th. Today is November 14th. It's been almost 2 months since I've had everything listed, month and a half, 2 months. So let's see, was I able to make my money back? From the 54 items that I decided to list, I have so far only sold 16 pieces. The first item that sold was this Time and True flannel. I got several Time and True pieces in that box. But I decided to list them because they were in good shape and pretty trendy, I guess, as far as Walmart stuff goes. But this ended up selling really fast for $10, and after fees I made $7.05, so I was happy with that. My cost of goods again was about a little less than $3, so I doubled my money on that piece, and that is fine. Then the next thing I sold, which sold pretty much within a few minutes of me listing it and was one of the better pieces in the box, was this Madewell gray dress. It was pretty classic and basic, but still a really good piece. It ended up selling for $40, and after fees I made $32. Then I sold this Pleone leopard top. This actually sold in a 5 for $25 bundle. That's another thing with these bulk boxes is I know I have that section of my closet, so I can just put items in there that I don't think are going to get a lot of money, and then hopefully encourage people to bundle and save money that way. And again, just make a little bit of my money back to add up to hopefully get my cost of goods back completely. So that sold for $5, and after fees I made $4. Then I sold this Alcala skirt. This sold right before Halloween, so I imagine it probably went towards someone's costume. But when I looked it up, it was just like an AliExpress super cheap skirt, but I did find a model photo for it, which I found to be very helpful. It ended up selling for $7. Wow. It ended up selling for $7, and then after fees I made $4.05. Then I sold this Trey Bien black dress, just like a little boutique-y brand. It was a cute dress though. Sold in a bundle, so it sold for $11.31, and after fees I made $8.95. I sold this Lush tunic top, which if you remember in that video, I was just like, I hate selling Lush, which I do. It's like a Nordstrom Rack house brand. Never does well for me, but the model photo was decently cute, and it's like a tunic easy top, so I could see why someone would want it. It ended up selling for $16, and after fees I made $12.80. Then I sold this Notori black bra. This is the second time I've gotten Notori in a bulk box. It's like a I don't know if I'd say expensive, but I guess not cheap lingerie brand. And this bra ended up selling for $25, and after fees I made $20. I love selling bras. My problem with the bulk box was all the bras I got, except for one, weren't new with tags. Though when you get them in things like the fun box, they're always new with tags. So it was just kind of like, not gross, because I sold them and I've sold used bras before, but it was kind of like a slap in the face. I felt a little bit from ThredUP, like, what are you doing? Then I sold this Volcom tank top. I like the style of this. I like selling brands like Volcom and Billabong. They don't get me too much, but they always bring like attention to my closet. Ended up selling in a bundle for $9.43, and then I made $7.46 after fees. Then I sold this Wilfred Free bodysuit. Again, one of the better pieces in my box. It was cute. It was like a sweater material. Wilfred Free is sold at Aritzia, and Aritzia pieces do super well for me. Ended up selling for $30, and after fees I made $24. Then I sold what was, I think, my favorite piece of the box, which was this I said vintage. I didn't put vintage, I think, in the listing, or maybe I did. But definitely an older J. Crew polo sweater. That's what they call this style, polo sweater. And they're super trendy right now, so I thought that was great. And it was in a, again, really trendy color. Neutrals are very trendy. Browns and stuff like that. It ended up selling for $32, which I do think I could have got more for it if I waited, but I was fine with that. After fees, I made $25.60. Then I sold this vintage, definitely vintage, Macintosh plaid jacket. This is the last thing I pulled out of the box. It was this heavy wool jacket that I think I figured out was from the 80s. It had a Union tag on it, which was pretty cool. It didn't get a lot of attention. Someone did end up offering me $60, and I accepted, and after fees, I made $48. Then I sold this Vihanga, was the brand, wool sweater, which was in my thumbnail for the video. And I knew when I pulled it out that it was a substantial piece. It was definitely wool, and it was interesting. And it was what I expected, which is sort of like a lesser known designer, I guess. Like a couple that makes clothes inspired by, I believe, Indian fashion in LA. Their stuff is relatively expensive if you just buy it new. And I was able to actually find a model picture of the sweater on their Instagram, which helps, I think, a ton, because just looking at it, you're just like, what is this supposed to look like on? I listed it high because I assumed if someone was looking for this brand that they knew what it was or could appreciate the fact that it is sort of like a handmade designer item. So someone did come along and end up buying it for $58, which I was super happy with because I was pretty convinced that it was either never going to sell or sell in a really long time. Like it wasn't going to sell anytime soon, but it did end up selling for $58, and then after fees I made $44.90. Then I sold this new tag motherhood top. I love selling maternity stuff, especially new tag is always great. Sold for $15, and after fees I made $12. Then I sold this used Aerie bralette, again, not new tags. I ended up selling for $12, and after fees I made $9.05. Totally happy with that. I personally like Aerie's, like the collection that they have, especially their bras and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people my age and younger shop there to get those pieces. I wouldn't say they're like super expensive to buy new and you'd be looking for them used, but I do think when people see them used, they recognize that it's a good brand that they own and like. Then I sold this Hollister burnout tee. This sold in a $5 for $25 bundle. Sold for $5, and after fees I made $4. Then the last thing I sold so far was this Victoria's Secret Not a Morning Person pajama top. This, when I listed it, it got a ton of attention, but it sat for a while afterwards. But then someone ended up coming and purchasing it for what I had it listed at, which was $15, and then after fees I made $12. So my gross total from those 16 items before the Poshmark fees, because they all sold on Poshmark, was $350.74. And then after subtracting the Poshmark fees of $74.88, my net total was $275.86. And then after I subtract the cost of the box, again, $140, I have thus far made $135.86. So yay, thank God, honestly. It was questionable there for a while. I do think those 4 pretty good pieces that I received, the Maidwell dress, the Wolford Free bodysuit, the vintage jacket, and the Hanga designer sweater, really helped. I do think those last 2 items, the vintage jacket and the designer sweater, were more wild cards. Like, thank God they sold and sold for a decent amount, but I could have seen those items also sitting forever and me not being able to get rid of them. So I was able to find the right buyer at the right time to purchase those. So I'm very happy about that. So the rest of everything will just be profit, which is great, but I don't see me profiting too much more after this. A lot of the pieces I ended up receiving went straight into my $5 for $25 closet. So I'm not going to be making tons of money off of the rest of the stuff. And I pretty much have just doubled my money. Again, I spent $140 and I've made $135 after making back the cost of the box. So doubling my money is good. It's a sign of a good box, but like I haven't technically doubled it yet. Like I'm pretty much right there. And I feel like for 50 pounds of clothing, you should expect to make much more than just doubling the box. You know, I originally received 100 pieces, and if all those pieces were sellable even for $10, like I would have made $1,000. That clearly didn't happen. And no, I haven't sold through everything yet, but I just feel like you should expect to make more off of these boxes than what they're worth, or than what the quality that they're putting in is. I will say that I've seen a ton of awesome rescue boxes, bulk boxes from people, and that's why I got the second one. I was like, oh, so I must have just had a fluke. I'll try it again. And it was actually the 50-pound one I think was worse than the original, just because in the original I did receive like 4 Lululemon leggings and a North Face vest, and those were like outstanding pieces. This one, I don't think I really received anything that was outstanding. So yeah, still very happy, don't get me wrong. I was nervous there for a while that I, at least by this time, wouldn't make my money back. Like, I knew I'd make my money back, but not this fast. So making my money back and pretty much doubling my money is a good sign. So yeah, I am really happy. Let me know what you guys thought. Are you guys surprised? I am a little bit, not gonna lie. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you've gotten this rescue box or plan on getting one in the future. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye!